I want to say this to Dan, who called about his son being a police officer and being a patriot. I am not perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. And I have said many times on air, and I've apologized for the fact that I've actually helped the New World Order inadvertently, because the police are in a gang mentality. It's an us against them. You know, everybody's out to get them. All they can trust is fellow cops. That's what they're taught. And so when I come out and yell and scream and hyperventilate at the police, that actually helps them get into more of a paranoid mode, more into going along with tyranny. But at the same time, police are doing unconstitutional things all over the nation. They are basically under a federal directive. Their FEMA camps are being built. The police more and more do act like thugs. I mean, you know, I've been all over the country and asked a cop for directions. In Galveston, Texas, and New York City, they're like, do I look like a phone book to you? Like, hi, officer. Hey, do you know where this is? Do I look like a phone book to you? I've talked to a lot of Austin cops who visited New York, and they'll, hey, officer, where's this? Hey, what's your problem here? Get out of here. I talked to the Austin police chief out there. That happened to him in New York a few months ago, he said. So how do you like being treated like that? But it's more than that. I've had police in Austin, New York, other places walk up and say, turn your cameras off on the street corner. You're not allowed to be out here interviewing people. I go, but I have a First Amendment. Hey, you want me to arrest you right now, Mr. Smart Pants? And you got to go, okay, but I'm going to sue you for this. Please don't violate the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Treat me like a human. They'll start screaming some more. Then they'll get ready to arrest you, and then the supervisor comes over and doesn't want trouble and says, let him go. Out of the majority of narcotics officers are really drug dealers and plant drugs on people, and that's on record. I know the CIA ships in heroin and cocaine. I know the war on drugs is a fraud. I know all over Texas the police steal everything you got. It's normally smaller jurisdictions where total corruption takes over. The bigger ones just carry out the overall tyranny, but they know to keep the low-level crime down by their officers. Now, are all officers involved in this? No. I mean, I remember when I was in high school and college, I was big into working out. Worked out 2 hours a day. Wish I had the time today, you know, nowadays. And I worked out at gyms, and it was always cops who were in there, and, you know, they'd give me spots. And, you know, I remember being like 18 years old and going, hey, we're going to get something to eat, and going to a restaurant and eating something with cops, military people, you know, because I look like that type of person. And I know they're just regular people. Police were, in most areas of this society, revered and appreciated. And you know why? 50, 100 years ago, because they had to go after people when somebody stole somebody's goods. They had to go up against real criminals. They had to be in shootouts and hideouts. They had to go after bank robbers. And cops were into being macho and tough. There was still always corruption because you're going to have criminals trying to buy off the police. But by and large, that's why people didn't buy cops slices of apple pie and run out and give them coffee in their cars 50, 60 years ago because they were scared of them. They liked them. They knew them. They were on their local beat. And they were watching the neighborhood. And you could go out of town and know that Bob was going to be walking around with his partner, and he knew the community. That we don't have that now. They don't want the police to know us. They don't want the police to be our friends. And I'm tired of it. Look, I'm going to explain something to the police and the military. I don't have time to kiss your butts. I don't have time to sit here and play games. They are going to steal all your pension funds. If you don't care about us, care about yourselves. They don't tell you not to drink fluoride water. They don't tell you not to drink aspartame Cokes. They don't tell you how dangerous things are for you and your family. I do. I am your friend. I want you to do well in life. I don't want you to get shot out there on the streets.